Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 27 of the Super Sam Sports Encore podcast. So I sent the stream was supposed to be at 5 p.m. 30 minutes ago, but I sent it to 5:30 because I was eating. So getting some dinner in, but we're here. We're live. How's everybody doing? Let me pull up the live stream chat here. Let me let people know that I'm live. Alright. So first of all, let's get started. Let's first get started with MLB. So the Chicago Cubs. There's only really one news article thing we have to talk about here. The Chicago Cubs are signing right-handed pitcher Colin Ray to bolster their pitching depth. This is per Jordan Bastian and Brian Murphy of MLB.com. And they write, Chicago, the Cubs still need pitching depth for the rotation and bullpen, leading the club to a reunion with right-handed pitcher Colin Ray. Joe said, oh, by the way, shout out to Joe in the chat. And shout out to Daddy in the chat. Daddy just answered Joe's question. But yeah, so if you're curious, Joe, that was what it was. On Friday, Colin Ray and the Cubs agreed on a one-year deal with an option for 2026, pending the completion of a physical. A source told MLB.com the team has not yet confirmed the deal, which MLB Trade Rumors reported is valued at $5 million. Ray brings an experienced arm with the potential to work as either a starter or reliever under Cubs manager Craig Counsell, who had the pitcher on his staff in 2023 with the Brewers. Ray is also familiar with the Cubs, given that he pitched for the club during the 2020 campaign. Shout out to Joe and David. Shout out to Joe and Daddy in the chat. But yeah. So that's pretty much it. I mean, we could talk about this for a few seconds here. Pete Alonso putting a deal on the table for the New York Mets. Joe says hi. Hello. Anyways. Alright, so this was per MLB.com. January 10th, Alonso putting deal on the table for Mets. Pete Alonso's camp has reportedly put a short-term deal on the table for the Mets, but only for the Mets, according to a report Friday morning from MLB Network Radio analyst and former Mets general manager Jim Duquette. The proposal would be a three-year deal with opt-outs per Duquette. who reports that the deal is exclusively available to the Mets right now. A shorter deal could make a reunion with Alonso much more likely for New York. SNY's Andy Martino reported Friday that negotiations continue between the Mets and Alonso, and that the Mets would be willing to sign the star slugger to a shorter-term deal with a high average annual value and opt-outs. But both Duquette and Martino reported that Alonso and the Mets are not yet close to a deal at this time. Alonso has spent his entire career in New York and is a four-time All-Star for the Mets. He has 226 home runs since his debut in 2019, second only to Aaron Judge's 232 over that time. But yeah, that's basically all the MLB news that we have. But yeah. My question is, where's David? Where's David in the chat? Where's David in all of this? Anyways, let's talk about some MLB things. Yes, sure, we do need outfielders. But no. Let's talk about some scores. Alright, let's talk about college men's basketball scores. So tonight at 7 p.m. on Fox, coming up in about about an hour and a half or so. 7 p.m. on Fox, the 22-ranked UCLA Bruins take on the Maryland Terrapins. Saturday, January 11th, tomorrow at 1 o'clock p.m. ESPN Plus, the 11th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks take on the Cincinnati Bearcats. At 5 p.m. on ESPN Plus, the 12th-ranked Houston Cougars go up against the Kansas State Wildcats. 11 a.m. ESPN Notre Dame Fighting Irish take on the 4th-ranked Duke Blue Devils. On the Big Ten Network, we got the USC Trojans against the 13th-ranked Illinois Fighting Illini. At 12 p.m. on the SEC Network, we got the 2-ranked Auburn Tigers taking on the South Carolina Gamecocks. At 1 p.m. as well on ESPN 3-ranked Iowa State plays Texas Tech. On Fox, 9-ranked UConn against Georgetown. UConn Huskies against Georgetown Hoyas. East Carolina Pirates against the 19-ranked Memphis Tigers on ESPN Plus. On ESPN at 3 o'clock p.m., the Arkansas Razorbacks take on the 8th-ranked Florida Gators. At 5 p.m. on ESPN, the 1-ranked Tennessee Volunteers take on the Texas Longhorns. At 5 p.m. on the ESPN2, we got the 17th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners against the Georgia Bulldogs. Then on the SEC Network, we got the LSU Tigers taking on the 23-ranked Ole Miss Rebels. At 7 p.m. on ESPN, the 5-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide take on the 10-ranked Texas A&M Aggies. At 7:30 p.m. on the SEC Network, we got the 6th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats going up against the 14th-ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs. At 8 p.m. on ESPN Plus, we got the Washington State Cougars taking on the 18th-ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs. At 8 p.m. on the CBS Sports Network, we got the Boise State Broncos taking on the 25th-ranked Utah State Aggies. That's it for Saturday. And then Sunday, January 12th, at 11 a.m. on Fox, we got the 16th-ranked Michigan State Spartans taking on the Northwestern Wildcats. On the Big Ten Network, we got the Nebraska Cornhuskers against the 20th-ranked Purdue Boilermakers. You invited Dave, Joe? Okay. Well, that's always a good thing. 1 p.m. on the Big Ten Network, we got the Washington Huskies against the 24th-ranked Michigan Wolverines. at 2 p.m. on ESPN Plus, the 21-ranked West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the Colorado Buffaloes. On the Big Ten Network at 3 p.m., the 15-ranked Oregon Ducks against the Penn State Nittany Lions. Monday, January 13th. David said, hello, Super Sam. Shout out to David in the chat. David is in the chat. On Monday, we got at 5:30 p.m. on FS1, the 22-ranked UCLA Bruins taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Alright, now let's take a look at standings for the conferences. Conference standings. So in the A-Sun, leading is Queens University. America East, we got Vermont. American Athletic Conference, we got Memphis. Atlantic 10, St. Louis. Atlantic Coast Conference, Duke. Big 12, Iowa State. Big East, Marquette. Big Sky, Northern Colorado. Big South, High Point. Big 10, Michigan State. Big West, UC Irvine. Coastal Athletic Association, Charleston. Conference USA, UTEP. Horizon League, Youngstown State. Ivy League, Columbia. Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, Marist. Mid-American Conference, Miami, Ohio. Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, Norfolk State Spartans. Bradley Braves for Missouri Valley Conference. The Mountain West Conference, the Utah State Aggies. For the Northeast Conference, we got the Central Connecticut Blue Devils. Ohio Valley Conference, Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles. Patriot League, Holy Cross Crusaders. How do you say that? Southeastern Conference, Auburn Tigers. Southern Conference, Samford Bulldogs. Southland Conference, McNeese Cowboys. Southwestern Athletic Conference, Southern Jaguars. Summit League, St. Thomas, Minnesota Tommies. And David, since you're here, guess what? We got some really exciting news. Oral Roberts is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oral Roberts is in 8th place in the Summit League. There's a total of 9 teams in the Summit League. They're in 8th. The Sun Belt Conference, South Alabama Jaguars, West Coast Conference, St. Mary Gales, and the Western Athletic Conference, the Utah Valley Wolverines. Daddy says, cool. Where's Nene and Mom? Well, Mom's going to go pick up Sarah from dance, and I haven't texted her and let her know. I should probably do that. But Nene, actually, you want I just sent her a message, so she might join. David says, "Go all up, let's go." Yeah, yeah, really. But yeah. So let's talk about what I have coming up. So tomorrow is, as we all really already know, is the big day. We got starting at 1 o'clock, we got the Kansas Jayhawks against the Cincinnati Bearcats. I'll be doing a live stream watch party of that. After that, I'll be doing a watch party at 3:30 p.m. for the Texans and Chargers for their wildcard game. in the AFC playoffs. And then at 5 p.m., I'll be doing a live stream watch party once again. Chances are it'll probably start during the Texans, so I'll probably be commentating on that while I do the Texans. What I'll probably do is once the Texans end, I'll stop the stream and then immediately do another stream to commentate on the rest of the Cougar game, like I did in that game on Sunday where the Texans played and Kansas played as well. So that might be what I do. But then so I'll do that, and then at 7:00 p.m. we got at 7:00. Oh, Nini's in the chat. Shout out to Nini, she's in the chat. I don't know why my chat is not like. Anyways, whatever. Anyways, but yeah, so at 7:00 p.m. So I got the Kansas and Cincinnati at 1:00. At 3:30 p.m. I got the Texans and Chargers. At 5 p.m. I got the Cougars and the Wildcats of Kansas State. At 7 p.m. I got the Ravens and the Steelers. Alright, I'll be doing a watch party of that as well. And then at 8:30 p.m. I got the Baylor Bears and the Arizona State Sun Devils. Alright, so big day tomorrow. This will be my entire day tomorrow. It's just live streaming upstairs. Pretty much. So, hope you're all ready. Cotton Bowl tonight. And he says, alright, people, tell me in the chat right now, what is the Cotton Bowl? Because I might not be familiar with that. Oh, you mean like Cotton Bowl? You mean like Cotton Bowl like a football game? Or you mean Cotton Bowl like a fun like snowball fight or something? Jay says, yeah. Joe said, oh, UT, yeah. Yeah, they're playing tonight against Ohio State. Joe says, go Buckeyes. We already know what Joe's predicting. David says, yep, go Oral Roberts. Daddy says, I'm there. So you guys can't see right now, but in the top left corner of my screen right now, the tab says 19 new messages now. You guys are absolutely blowing up the chat right now. Joe says nobody cares about UH. It's up for debate. Jay says playoff. Jay says Notre Dame already in the championship game. Yes, they pulled off the win just barely, 27-24 over the Penn State Nittany Lions. So they are already in the championship game. They'll play the winner of. They'll play in the championship game against the winner of tonight's game between Texas and Ohio State. Yep. My chat is absolutely blowing up. It's not UH, it's University of Texas. You guys invited me. I mean, look, I texted, but I didn't really bother besides that. Let me see. Okay, it says, hi, Nini. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna scroll up in the chat just because I feel like there have been some messages that I have missed. Let me see. So, earlier Nini said, you have a busy day tomorrow. I do have a busy day tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing this in the entire day. I'm gonna be doing this. That's all I'm gonna be doing. Dave texted. Yes, he did. He did. In fact, he actually told me. Hold on, where is it? He said, I texted me. Yeah. Dave said, don't worry about Dave. My tab is saying I have 25 new messages. Chat's absolutely freaking out. I'll say LOL. Yep. David, you're saying who invited Nini? You did. You did. All I did was text one message, alright? That's all I did. Okay? You did the rest. You invited her. But you can't kick her out. Alright? Actually, I'm the only one that has the power to kick anyone out, really, and I don't even know if I really know how to do that. Yeah, I said down the hill. I did. And he says, where's Kathy? I have no clue. She's in the barn doing something. Okay, I think you got... Go, Sam. Hey, look, I did none. Then he said, Sam, did you give your predictions tomorrow? Yep. Oh, yeah, we have a whole entire committee group chat text message thing where we do that. David said, Kathy is feeding the chickens. If it was 70 degrees, maybe. Who's winning tonight? Where are you going? When are you going to work out? Joe, I'll answer this question, okay? I did work out today. Alright? I came up here earlier today, and I actually worked out on my toe jump, okay? And I'll do another one tomorrow. Dad said who is winning tonight. You guys can make that prediction. Me personally, I did not predict this matchup to happen between UT and Ohio State. So I don't know who's gonna win. I think if Texas can control Ohio State as far as the offense and stuff, then they'll have an easy win. Ohio State, and same thing for Ohio State. If they can just control the offense for Texas, then should be a good game. But Nate says you guys are ruining Sam's podcast. Dave said Ohio State Buckeyes will win. Dad said I agree. I tell you what, next season I will be a full-time college football fan, okay? So you guys, so I'll give you guys updates. But, yeah. But yeah. I mean, no offense, David and Joe, but I have no idea how Kathy would be able to handle y'all. If she were in the chat right now. Nina says college football is the best. Technically, any really college... People say college sports are usually better a lot of times than, like, major sports. Unless you're the MLB. I like the MLB. And me personally, I could... Nina said... Alright, Nina just texted me saying don't listen to David and Joe. I'll keep that into mind. What about hockey? Hockey's good. I can't say much just because I've never watched it. There's always the saying where you can't say something bad about something if you haven't seen it or if you haven't watched it before. You have to watch it or you have to have seen it in person for you to actually debate whether it's bad or good. So, but I'll take your words into perspective and I'll go ahead and assume it's good. Steve said, who is Oral Roberts playing? I can look that up for you right now. Oral Roberts is playing 6:30 p.m. Central Time, Ohio State Buckeyes and Texas Longhorns. The college football playoff semifinal at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Alright, let's see. Oral Roberts. Alright, to answer your question, Joe, their next opponent is this Saturday. He said, man, the chat activity is heavy. It is heavy, yes, it is. To answer your David, Joe, to answer your question, David, the answer is they play again this Saturday at 7 p.m. They play tomorrow at 7 p.m. against North Dakota. North Dakota, who is right now 7-11 overall, 1-2 in conference play. Oral Roberts is 4-11 overall, 0-2 in conference play. So yeah. Jay says it's crazy tonight. Joe says Astros need outfielders. All right, Joe, you can have that conversation. All right, but I know you're messing with me. All right, so I'm not gonna have that conversation anymore. All right, but I'm pretty sure they do. David says Uncle Dave needs parts. Can you type in the chat again and tell me what you mean by that, please? Uncle Joe needs parts. What do you mean by that exactly? What about hockey? Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, David, can you type in the chat again and just let me know what do you exactly mean by that? Needs more parts. If it's something I really don't really need to know, then yeah, don't type in the chat. I know I'm about to regret what I just said up there. Hold on, guys. I'm scrolling up in the chat to see if I missed anything. I don't think I have. Uncle Dave's out. Alright, peace out, David. Thanks for joining for a good while, actually. Thanks for joining. I'm probably gonna wrap it up here in a few minutes, too. Hold on, guys. Let me go shush my TV. But yeah. So. But to give my. Let's say I did predict this matchup. And who do I think will win between this matchup between Texas and Ohio State? I think it'll be Texas. I just don't think Ohio State will have the enough. And I'm sorry, Joe and David, even though I don't think David's even in the chat anymore. But I mean, me personally, I'll pick Texas. But I want to know your guys' picks. Also, type in the chat right now. For those who are still in the chat, type in the chat. What is your predictions, scores wise, for tomorrow? I was not doing that, David. I was hushing my TV. My TV started playing things. But but yeah, so type in the chat for what's your score prediction for tomorrow. I want to know the score prediction, your guys' score prediction for the Kansas Cincinnati game, the Houston Kansas State game, and the Baylor Arizona State game. If you want, you can drop in the chat your football predictions for tomorrow as well. But for right now, what's your score? What's your guys' score predictions? Is it just you and I, Sam? Oh, it might be. Hold on. Let me check. Oh shoot. Let me check. It's probably just us. Hold on. View channel. Go here. Hold on. No, there are more people watching. It's just they're not typing in the chat. I need to charge my phone. Alright, well, Joe, either you can charge it while watching, or if you have to go, then thanks for stopping by. But Joe says, Nini says, I think some teams will win and some teams will lose. That's my prediction. Great prediction. Jay says, I'm here. Alright. Joe and Jay, I want you to drop in the chat saying what is your prediction for the Kansas Cincinnati game, the Kansas State Houston game, and the Baylor Arizona State game tomorrow. What's your score predictions? I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I think that I'm going to say Houston wins 87 to 65 tomorrow. I will also say did I say Arizona? I meant Arizona State. Daddy says Kansas, Arizona. You also have to predict the Mom's in the chat. Good guess, Nini. What did Nini say? Nini said, oh yeah, good guess. Houston. Daddy predicts Houston to beat Kansas State. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and type in the chat saying my prediction is for the Kansas game. I'm going to say 90 to 81. Kansas. That's my prediction. And then Mom says I'm home. And then last one for the Baylor Arizona State game. I'm gonna say Baylor by a score of 65 to 55. Yeah. But yeah. I think Kansas will have almost to no trouble against Cincinnati. Baylor, Arizona State, we'll see. But yeah, Joe says Kansas 84-76. Alright. Nee says, are these basketball games? Those are high score predictions for football. They are basketball games. They are college basketball games tomorrow. So once again, let me repeat my schedule tomorrow. At 1 o'clock, we got Kansas and Cincinnati. Basketball. At 3:30 o'clock, we got football between the Texans and the Chargers. At 5 o'clock p.m., basketball. Houston versus Kansas State. 7 p.m., we got the Ravens and the Steelers. Football. NFL. And then last but not least, at 8:30 p.m., basketball. Baylor against Arizona State. That's my schedule tomorrow. I'll be busy tomorrow. Baylor 90-80 over Arizona State, says Joe. Pretty good prediction there, Joe. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. All right, we're only going to be going. I'm calling right now. We're only going to be going for a couple more minutes, and I'm going to call it. UH 72-60. Joe says over Kansas State. Nina says, what are you doing at 1 o'clock? At 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time tomorrow, I got the Kansas Jayhawks against the Cincinnati Bearcats that I will be doing a watch party for. Basketball. So, yeah, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, Kansas and Cincinnati watch party. Then at 3:30, you got the Texans and Chargers. 5 p.m., you got the Cougars and the Kansas State Wildcats. At 7 p.m., you got the Ravens and Steelers, and then at 8:30 p.m. you got the Baylor Bears and Arizona State Sun Devils. So yeah, to answer your question, Kansas and Cincinnati is what I'm doing tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So yeah. But yeah. Nene says, Nene out. Love everyone. See ya, Nene. Mom says, we've got to get that Blaney car off your table. Haha. Yeah. Joe says, Joe's out. See ya, Joe. And also, I'm out. Alright. Because I reached my marker. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Episode 27 of Super Sam Sports Encore Podcast. Tomorrow, we will be talking tomorrow at 1 o'clock, Kansas and Cincinnati. At 3:30, Texans and Chargers. At 5 o'clock, Houston, Kansas State. At 7 o'clock, Ravens, Steelers. And at 8:30, Baylor, Arizona State. I'm Sam. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, everything else. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Peace out, guys.